Hello everyone, my name is Nurana. I'm from Ankara Dil Akademisi. Today we're going to have a look at e-TEP exam, English proficiency exam, sorry. Yeah, so today mainly we will focus on reading part. But first, let's see what is inside. So the test consists of 4 sections and reading passages. We have 5 reading passages. As you progress, it means from 1 to 5, texts get harder, more difficult, challenging, and longer. So, and question types are getting a little bit more difficult. But actually, what I like about e-TEP is this time. Time is 75 minutes, and it is great to read all the texts and I hope you can see my handout. Please tell me if you can hear me and if you can see my handout. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so 5 reading passages and 30 questions altogether, but 75 minutes for this. Can you imagine? It's great time, actually. Why I say so? Because I've been teaching IELTS as well. And in IELTS, we have 40 questions, 3 big texts, and there are maybe 750 to 900 words, and 40 questions for only 60 minutes. So that's why time is great here. Good. Let's continue with the other sections, such as listening. You have 5 listening sections. Altogether, you have 35 questions. And for this, to listen and answer all the questions, you have 36 minutes. But actually, time is okay here as well, because questions go 3 questions. You read, first of all, you have some time to read the questions. You read 3 mainly multiple choice questions. Then you listen, answer them, and listen to the next 3 multiple choice questions and answer them as well. For this reading, you have only 30 seconds, unfortunately, but it's enough again. If it is first section, second section, and third section, time is enough. But as you go towards the end of your listening, it becomes a little bit difficult to read all the parts in detail. But actually, practice will help you. Then after this, you have some break time. It can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I think 10 minutes, as far as I remember, actually, from the last trial exam. Then you have great writing tasks. 2 tasks. The first one is you are going to read a blog, and then you have to write about it almost 120 words, if I'm not mistaken. Then you have one independent. IELTS students know what is independent writing. So you are given an independent question, mostly opinion questions, and you write your opinion about it. That is writing. And speaking, in the speaking section, you have 4 tasks. The first one is warm up. They generally ask you, speak about yourself. So what you say is recorded actually, but it is not evaluated, so it doesn't affect your score. After this one, you have 2 independent questions. It sometimes can be prefer questions or agree, disagree questions, etc. But the fourth one is difficult. Why? Because you watch a video. This video, for me, it was too long, 2 and maybe half a minute, maybe or 3 minutes. you are going to watch a video by TRT World, then you are going to take notes during listening. Of course, they give you some paper and pen. And you then summarize your ideas. But after it, they will ask you a question. You must pay attention to this question. Do they ask you to summarize it? Do they ask you, do you agree or disagree? Give your opinion, etc. This kind of question words are very important. Total time is 2 hours and 40 minutes for your test, but yeah, but we there is some time for preparation, like you enter the room and in the middle you have break time, you have some time before starting the computer you have some time, so it doesn't mean that you are going to take 2 hours and 40 minutes exam, so it is not that long, but you are in the exam hall that time, 2 hours and 40 minutes you are in the exam hall. One of the friends asked about uploading YouTube. We're going to upload it into our own website. I'm not sure about YouTube. I should ask it and I will inform you next lesson. Okay. So I said today we are going to focus on reading part because reading part is really time consuming, challenging a little bit. So I am going to talk about it in details today. So we said you have 75 minutes and 30 questions. And number of texts, you have 5 texts. All texts are taken from different publications, mostly academic. You don't have just everyday general language, you don't have, mostly academic. And you have various question types, and it is important to know how to deal with them. For example, the first, I'm going to explain some of them today, and we will do some samples together. Okay, before starting it, I will add some information about the difference IELTS and TOEFL, IELTS and e-TEP. I taught TOEFL as well, so. So, IELTS speaking is on another day, first of all, or maybe before your exam, on the same day before your exam or after your exam. In reading, you have it doesn't, just a second. Why it is not writing? Okay. So, reading, you have 40 questions, 3 texts, 3 texts in IELTS reading. I'm talking about IELTS. 3 texts, 40 questions, 60 minutes for everything. What does it mean? It means that you have to answer to all of them. Then, if it is on a paper, you are going to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. If it's on the computer, you're just writing on the slots, on the gaps you are given to. Listening, you have 4 parts, 4 sections, 40 questions, 30 questions, 40 questions, 40 questions. And only for listening, you have 30 minutes to listen. And if it is paper-based, you take 10 more minutes. You get 10 more minutes to transfer your answer to the answer sheet. If it is on a computer, if it is not 10 minutes, it is just 2 minutes they give you to check your answers. Like, do I have spelling mistake? Do I have any missed, skipped answers? Maybe you can help. It can help you in these 2 minutes. It's actually very little, but it can help. After it, you have writing. In writing, you have task 1 and you have writing task 2. Task 1 is a description of a chart. In e-TEP, you also have chart. Chart or charts can be 1 chart, can be 2 charts, even 3 charts together. You're going to write minimum words, 150, and you're going to describe only the chart. You're not going to write your opinion, your speculation, nothing. Just you're going to describe the charts. Each chart has its own language. Then writing task 2 is independent. This is the same as in e-TEP. So that is e-TEP, that is IELTS. Which one is more easier or more difficult? We cannot say one is easier, one is more difficult, because all of them are going to be evaluated based on CEFR. It means that it is Cambridge University European framework. It's European framework language levels. A1, A2, A2, B1. For example, B1 in IELTS, it is 5. And in e-TEP, it is like A2. e-TEP accepts it like A2. Then B2, it is 6, 6.5, etc. in IELTS. So it means that all of them have the same kind of level. You cannot have different level actually. So this information, thank you for telling it. This information is based on the last trial exam we had on March 22nd. Yeah, they can change it. I can miss it. I'm so sorry. So 60 minutes. 75 was better. Yeah. Okay. It is not good. Okay, but anyway, so 5 texts in 60 minutes. That is the question. Can I read all the texts, then answer the question? No, we cannot. We don't have that time. Even if you read, imagine an exam situation. The score is very important for your job or for your university, and you're under stress. If you read all the texts, you will not remember them. It's not possible to remember them later. It is really, really stressing situation. So it is better not to read the text. So what to do? First of all, know your question. If you know your question words, and if you know how to deal with this question, apply the strategy, it will be better. That's why the first question type is matching information question. What does it mean? In IELTS, it is the hardest question actually, but I think using the correct strategy, it will not be the hardest. So what to do? First, read the title. The title says, The Development and Impact of Artificial Intelligence. So I get the main idea. The general information about the text, it is about artificial intelligence and its impact. Mainly it's about this one. Then I go to the questions. Questions instruction, it's very important because it shows us how to go. Mostly students make this mistake. They never read instructions. You must read it. It's very important. Why? Because sometimes it says choose one answer. Sometimes it says choose two answers. So that's why it's important. The question instruction is this one. Match the information, this part, with the correct paragraph, A, B, C, D, E, by choosing one of them. If you see question mark, comma, and you see or, it means that you are going to choose one answer. In IELTS, you can choose one letter more than once. That's why I'm saying it. So here you have a chance of choosing only once. Now, after reading it, we understood that we have to choose only one answer. After it, we read the questions. Fortunately, it is only 3 sentences here. How AI might have a military impact. Don't pay attention to this question word. It doesn't mean that it is question sentence. It says AI might have a military impact and the way of it, how it does it. But it's not a question. Special question, it's not. How AI might have a military impact. Please, can you tell me which word will you underline as a keyword to help you find the answer? Guys, somebody asked 7.5. 7.5 is C1 level in any exam. Yes, please, can you tell me which word in the first? Exactly. Very good. Yeah. Okay, good. Exactly. I am underlining it. Actually, I will highlight it. Next question is, AI brings together a range of separate research areas. Here, which words will you highlight, underline? Any ideas? Exactly. Range of separate research areas. You can even keep it shorter. It's possible, yeah. But I will range of separate research areas. Even research areas is enough. This third question is where the expression AI was first used. Yes. And this first is very important to find the answer. Why? If they ask you a question with a number and it is sequence number, first, second is sequence. So you are going to look at the paragraph which deals with the time or place, but mostly time because it says first. First time the AI was used there. Okay, great job. Now let's go to paragraphs. I cannot see why I cannot see. Just a second, guys. Okay, you can ask your questions in the Q&A, please, and I will answer them. We will share this lesson somewhere, but I'm so sorry I cannot tell you where exactly, but of course this lesson should be shared. I will answer you later. I will answer that question later in the second half of our lesson, with your permission. Okay, let's continue. And yeah, people want to find quickly. Here, our main purpose is not to find the exact answer, true answer, correct answer very quickly. Our purpose is to know where we will go because it is the beginning of the text. In e-TEP, I remember the first questions 1, 2, and 3 came from the end of the text. So are you going to lose your time, waste your time reading A, B, C, D, E? Of course, no. You need to use a strategy because you have keywords. And let's see the keyword, what we are going to do. A. In order to understand what A is about, we will read only first sentence. And the reason for that, we will not read the whole text or whole paragraph. We will only read the first sentence. Why? In English, the first sentence is the main idea of your paragraph. And this paragraph will not talk about anything else but about this issue, this topic. The first sentence is, artificial intelligence has rapidly evolved over the past decades, influencing various aspects of modern life. Rapidly evolving, that's the main part. Do I have anything here? Military impact, separate research areas, first used. Rapidly evolved. Evolve is the beginning of something and improving over some period. So it means that maybe they will talk about some time here. So that's why past is also a clue for me. The word evolve is a clue for me and past decades clue for me. That's why I will continue reading, and also I see a date here, which is really important. So I will continue reading in order not to lose time. The term AI was first used during a conference at Dartmouth College, where researchers gathered to discuss the possibility of creating machines that could stimulate human intelligence. So, in which paragraph they talked about this first? In a paragraph. So, I will, I found 3, yes. It's not important actually to follow the order because it was in the first paragraph. Now, participants, it is webinar, that's why. Yeah, this is webinar. If we have webinar, you cannot see the other participants. Please, who is raising a hand? Can you write your question? I'd like to answer your question. Okay, so we did question number 3 in the first place. Why? Because it came in the first paragraph. That's why. First come, first go. Next one. Military impact, separate research areas. I'm looking for only keywords and I'm checking paragraph 2. In paragraph 2, can you see any keyword? What helps me? Again, the first sentence. I want to know what it is about, this paragraph is about. That's why I read the first sentence. One of the reasons AI has progressed so quickly is that it brings together a range of separate research areas. It is here. Could it be here? Yes. Next sentences, yes. But still, they would talk about research if this paragraph deals with research. They would somewhere give you keyword in the main sentence, which is the first sentence. Why? Because first sentence is main idea, topic sentence. Okay, so that's why separate research areas was in B paragraph, right? Now I go to next paragraph. First sentence, only I will read first sentence. I need to find military. And I can see that here I have healthcare, finance, and education, no military. So I will even not read the text, ethical concerns. I will skip it. But in the next one, I can see military. AI is also playing a growing role in military technology. So what is my question? How AI might have a military impact? Growing role. It's growing role. But let's read a little bit to see what impact it has the potential to revolutionize warfare. That is the impact. By enhancing surveillance, automating defense systems, and even controlling autonomous weapons. It means, yeah, that is the correct paragraph. So I mark it and I go. Yes, this text is not difficult. And in e-TEP, you have, when you start, first text is in B1 level, it says, but I wouldn't agree so much. It's not that simple. It is B1, B2, and C1 paragraphs. But my paragraphs here are not difficult. I chose suitable ones in order to explain the lesson. Yes, let me see some questions. Yeah, now let's see the correct answers. Who has? So first one, E, second one, B, and third one, A. So did we read the text? No, we don't need. Multiple choice questions. Actually, multiple choice question is not something that you don't know. Everybody is, I think, familiar with this type of question. But sometimes it can be a pain on the neck, but sometimes it can be normal. If it is detailed, it can be both detail and main idea. If it is detailed, it is easier because it asks for one thing and you underline the keyword again, you go to the text, find it. But if it is the main idea, you have to understand the paragraph. And if you have many words that you don't know, unknown words, you will not understand. Unknown words is really bad here. You will not understand the main idea. That's why please learn vocabulary before going. Yes, the question is, what's the strategy in multiple choice questions? We read only the question. Never read the answer choices. Why? Because they will distract you to find the correct answer. Read only the question, underline keywords, go to the text, find the suitable place in the text. Mostly, the words will be paraphrased. It means that they will use some synonyms. What is one reason AI has developed so rapidly? Yes, keywords will be. Why my pen doesn't work? Okay, what is one reason AI developed rapidly? So we're looking for this reason. Now, if you read the answer choices, what happens? You're just losing time. If you have less time, you're just losing time. Don't do it, because anyway, you're not going to remember it again. It is the worst side of it. Reason AI has developed so rapidly. So again, the first sentence is going to help you. In the first paragraph, did we talk about development? Evolve. Evolve is a development, right? In the second paragraph, we talked about progress. Progress is also, color it. Progress is also a keyword. Evolved over past decades, influencing various. I cannot see the reason. Yeah, it evolved, but it talks about the historical side of it. It doesn't talk about what the reason. I can see one of the reasons. Generally, we have one of the main reasons. So one of the reasons AI has progressed so quickly is, that is your answer. After is your answer. That it brings together a range of separate research areas. So this is your answer. And let's see, which answer choice will you choose? Can you write in the Q&A part, please? Can I get it? Exactly. Good. It combines advancements from different fields of study. B is the correct answer. Okay, this was easy. Let's say that sometimes it becomes really difficult. What will you do in this case? If you see that, oh my gosh, I cannot find it. What? I have little time. It is the end of the exam, and I don't know. So you use this strategy. It is called POE, and I'm sure most of you know it. Process of elimination. Okay, go one by one. Start with A. A says, it was first introduced in military research. We talked about military in the fifth paragraph, right? E paragraph. In military technology. But does it talk about development? Military is the reason for AI to develop quickly. It says AI is also playing a growing role in military. It doesn't say that AI is developed because of military. That's why this answer is correct. And the second one we found, it combines advancements from different fields of study, progressed quickly, is that it brings together a range of separate research areas. Actually, that sentence is the paraphrase of this part. Then after it, this third one, governments have fully regulated its use. Actually, we have this information. This sentence, governments and researchers are actively working to develop regulations that ensure AI is used responsibly. But is it about development? Does it help to develop? It is in ethical concern part. So it cannot be anything to do with development. So that's out. So this strategy you can also use. It is the second strategy. Next question is, what is the main focus of the text? Multiple choice questions, we said it can be detailed, it can be main idea. So this one is, of course, main idea question. And it means that unlike detailed question, you need to read the whole paragraph. If you read the first and last sentence, you can find the answer in most cases. If you know all the vocabulary, if you understand the text, you will be able to find. But if you don't find, so it means that the whole paragraph, you need to read it. What is the main focus of the text? Here it doesn't say paragraph. Sometimes it says paragraph. Sometimes it says text. Here we have text. That's why our choice should encompass everything, all 5 paragraph's main ideas should be here. Let's look at the first one. Ethical concern. Did we talk about ethics? Yeah, here, the paragraph. So, can it be whole paragraph? A whole text? No, because it's only one paragraph. It's paragraph D. It cannot be. Ethical concern is D. Only. It's not the whole text. The history, applications, and impact of AI. Let's see. History, yeah, good. Here we have how it evolved, when it started, how it continued, up to date. And application, still we are talking about progress, yeah. And where we use it in machine learning, robotics, natural language processing, and neural networks, even in medicine, it's used. Advancement in these fields, AI has become more efficient, allowing machines to perform complex tasks such as speech recognition, data analysis. So this is the application part. Even here, detect fraudulent transactions, it diagnose disease more accurately. Then ethics, again, all these parts are application. And also impact of AI, mostly we talked about impact in military part. And yeah, here also impact, job losses and biased decision making. They criticize it, but they're working on it. So it means that this answer B talks about, encompasses actually everything. Let's see how AI is used exclusively in military. And in fact, it was on the paragraph E. So it cannot be the main focus of the text. So this actually is not difficult, I think. Yeah, because actually I know some of you, and I know that your English is really good. That's why I rely on you. Let's do one text, okay? And we will do only this type of questions, multiple choice and matching information questions. So this is the title of the text, Göbekli Tepe, a testament to prehistoric ingenuity. We have how many paragraphs? 5. Good. And we have matched the information with the correct paragraph by choosing A, B, C, D, or E. So one answer. The first question, we read and underline, of course. Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay, now please your turn. But try to use that strategy, okay? I cannot see. Okay. So, the first one, theories about the site's religious and animistic significance. Keywords, please. Any keywords? Okay, I would say religious and animistic significance. So why I don't underline site? Because we know that it is Göbekli Tepe. The whole text is about Göbekli Tepe. That's why I don't. Can be theory, but again, this text, the whole text is theory. So that's why religious and animistic significance is okay. The second question is the use of geometry in the site's construction. Use of geometry in the construction. Next one is challenge to conventional views of early civilization. Conventional, like traditional. Challenge, like difficulties. Difficulties to traditional views of early civilization. Actually, here everything is important. Now, please keep in mind, or you can just screenshot or take a photo of these questions, and we will go to the text and find it. Okay. So I will move down little by little. Try to give the answers, please. Religious and mystic is together. It is in one paragraph. It should be in one paragraph. So here we have paragraph A and B. Unfortunately, is not. Okay, let me move it. So A and B, you can see, I think, yeah. And I will move down. Okay. Can you tell me in A paragraph, do you have anything? Custom means tradition, but yeah, can be used. Okay. I will move down. So we don't have time to read. We just focus on the keywords. Geometry, using geometry in its construction. Yes. Great. Yeah. This sentence actually is number 2. We will have a look at it. Don't worry. One was about religious and animistic significance of Göbekli Tepe. Okay, good. And the other question was about moving down. Let's have a look at the question again. Geometry you found, religious animistic, only the third one. Challenge to conventional views of early civilization. See, we used very good. Yeah. Religious animistic, correct. Construction, geometric construction, correct. And the last one, please. Challenge 2, traditional view. Yeah, good. Correct. Okay, so let's talk about each one separately. Now we said the first one, religious and animistic significance. We said it is in paragraph, sorry. Okay, we said it is in paragraph C. If you go to C, you will see that while the physical structure of Göbekli Tepe has been well studied, its purpose remains largely speculative. Some researchers believe that it served a ceremonial. This tells you about something about rituals, ceremonials, or religious function, particularly given the prevalence of carved animal motifs, animal, on the pillars. Each enclosure may have represented different social or spiritual groups, perhaps gathering places for rituals tied to animistic beliefs. That is actually your answer. Yeah, we have to read it to check if it is the answer. So the first one, C. Next one, the use of geometry in the site's construction. Actually, the word geometry is easy to see. First of all, it is at the end of the text. And I said first and last sentences, mainly read first and last sentences. As soon as you read the last sentence, you will see it. This application, but the word this is problematic here. So the question can come, which application? So we need to find it. That's why we go back a little bit, read what this refers to. Three main T-shaped pillars align in a way that connects three distinct circular enclosures, indicating that the builders likely used ropes to measure. Builders used the ropes to measure distances and maintain symmetry. So it talks about constructing it. This application, it means that using ropes to hold the symmetry. This application of geometry suggests a surprisingly advanced cognitive and social capacity among the builders. So this application is using the ropes, but it is likely, again, yeah, that is the answer. So 2 is here. And the last one is challenge to conventional views of early civilization. And I will check it again, the answers, because we have 2 options. Challenge to conventional views of early civilization. Somebody said D. Let's see. Why did you say D? Let's see it. Other scholars have proposed more somber interpretations. Somber is something upsetting or something not entertaining, like, something not good news, let's say. Klaus Schmidt, a leading archaeologist at the site, once suggested that Göbekli Tepe might have served as a burial site. Burial site. What's a burial site? They bury people after they die there, or the center of a death cult. Again, the same thing. Numerous carvings and the frequent appearance of fox remains have led some to speculate about sacrificial practices. So they took their foxes to sacrifice it, etc. While there is no direct evidence of burials, or human remains linked to ritual death, the scale and symbolic richness of the carvings hint at a deeper religious or spiritual meaning. Here we don't have any challenge actually. Here it says speculations of ideas, let's say, ideas of some scholars like Klaus Schmidt. And E, despite decades of research, so we have despite, so it means that we are going to speak about something opposite to this one or to the whole text. Despite decades of research, only a fraction of Göbekli Tepe has been excavated. So very, very little. Actually, despite is only referring this sentence, this paragraph. This leaves open the possibility that future discoveries may dramatically change current interpretations. With continued excavation and advanced analytical methods, researchers hope to uncover more clues about researchers hope to uncover. It means that they do not have enough information about it because they need to excavate more clues about the culture that built the complex, its social organization, and its belief systems. Göbekli Tepe, like Stonehenge, captures the imagination not just because of its site and antiquity, but because it raises fundamental questions about human history. This is one of the problems, challenge. It challenges archaeologists and historians to reconsider when humans began organizing into complex societies and how symbolic thought and architecture were employed to express collective identity and belief. So that is your challenge. It challenges archaeologists and historians about what? Fundamental questions. They have fundamental questions. And about what? About when. The question is when humans began organizing into complex society. Because if we read the whole text, we will see that people still don't understand. It's in the first paragraph, I hope. Yeah. They used what? Erected this monument was erected by hunter-gatherer societies using rudimentary tools. That is the point. Rudimentary means elementary tools. Stone hammers, flint blades. Flint is glass stone. So they had rudimentary tools, but they still did it. And that's why it is a great challenge for them, for archaeologists. That's why that is the answer. E is your correct answer. And the use of geometry, we said it is in B paragraph. Yeah, it's in B paragraph. So now, I think this one is easier. Multiple choice questions. Please, it is your turn. And I would like you to answer to these questions. According to paragraph 2, which is correct? Again, we don't read the sentences. Some students read, but it is, again, you're losing time. Maybe it can help, but generally we don't read it. According to paragraph 2, which is correct? Actually, we read it, yeah. Just have a look at it, then we will have a look at the answer. Okay, now let's go to the question. Please, can you tell me, based on the paragraph B, which one is correct? Yeah, exactly. And that's why when I read before, I said likely, don't forget likely. So actually, this kind of words are always tricky. Which words? Adverbs. In many types of questions, this kind of adverbs make your job more difficult. So that's why be careful about this one. Yeah, That is the only answer, correct answer. The layout was randomly designed without planning. Randomly, without planning. Builders used iron tools to construct the pillars. Iron tools. Let's say that this question is difficult. You cannot find. Just find it in the text. Maybe you can find it easier. Iron tools. Do you remember in the first paragraph we said they used flint blades and stone hammers. So it cannot be iron. And also, it's not in A paragraph, but your question says in paragraph 2. So it is in A paragraph. The layout was randomly designed without planning. It was in B paragraph, but it didn't say that it was. Okay, the three main T-shaped pillars align in a way that connects three distinct circular. So the word distinct, align, it means that it is planned. There is some rules because without a rule, how can you align things? So this kind of words in this B paragraph give you that idea. And question number 5, paragraph 3 is mainly about, again, main idea question. Please look at paragraph 3 and try to find the answer. Yes, after finishing this text, we're going to take 10 minutes break time, don't worry. Oops, sorry. Yeah, any answers? Yeah, very good. And the last question. According to the text, what is still unknown about Göbekli Tepe? According to the text, what is still unknown? Actually, multiple choice questions are in the same order as the text. But once we read it, so we will have a look at after C paragraph, because in C paragraph we found the previous answer, right? Yeah. So look at after that question, but do not skip C, please. What is still unknown about it? Okay, let's check with C if anything, any word helps us. Okay, good. And the answer is exactly. And the answer is exactly. Exact purpose of its construction. And it is here. Its purpose remains largely speculative. Structure is well studied, but purpose remains largely speculative. And you have the word while here. While means what? Contrast. Exactly. Very good. B. And I should mark. And did we do 5? Yeah, we did 5. Good. Questions are similar. Yeah, it was spiritual and ceremonial purpose of Göbekli Tepe. Yes, guys, that is the first. Actually, if you looked at the their guidebook, e-TEP guidebook, you would see that first paragraph, which is B1, it has this type of questions. But as you go further towards the middle, let's say reading passage 3 or 4, your question types are different. And also, I want to mention this, then you will have break time. According to, if you have according to, it means you have detailed question. Of course, you know mainly about its main idea, but according to exactly detailed question. So don't forget it. For detailed question, what strategy do we use? We mainly use for detailed question. Who knows it? Please, can you tell me? For detailed question, which strategy do we use? Skimming, scanning? Keywords. After keywords, you have the keywords in your hand and you go to the text. You scan for the keywords. It is scanning, so do scanning this time. But it is only for multiple choice and matching information questions. We will continue with other types of questions in the next session, which will start after 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I will be waiting for you. Okay, let's continue. And yeah, we will come back to question types again. Mhm. The question type is called writer's purpose and writer's tone or attitude. Actually, this question is like from TOEFL and IELTS as well. Writer's purpose, you will see in IELTS a lot. Why does the writer say this one? Okay, the questions that you are going to see will be, why does somebody mention something? Or how would you describe the author's tone? Actually, this was exactly uh, in the reading part. I'm trying to get my pencil. Yeah. How would you describe writer's tone or attitude? And it is not from the text. You have to infer it yourself. Based on what? Based on the vocabulary used and based on the writer's approach. And of course, this is, you will get it from the language he's using. Yeah, the title is, every time, first thing is to read the title to get the overall idea. What is the text about? The title here is The Future of Renewable Energy. And so, more or less, everybody has some ideas about renewable energy. Nowadays, everybody knows it. So it's not a big surprise. That's why I directly go to the question. The first question says, why, means the purpose, does the author mention renewable energy sources in first paragraph? This giving you the paragraph makes your job much more easier because it says it limits your reading time, right? So again, we will not read the sentences, answer choices. We will directly go to the first paragraph, read it, and get the main idea from that one. Um, in IELTS, somebody asked about the difficulty. In IELTS, you have three texts. In most cases, maybe 90% of the time, your first text is easy, second one is medium difficulty, and the third one is really hard. Because the first text is about facts, it will be factual text, describing some facts. For example, about how to, the history of chocolate, the history of vanilla, etc., or urban farming, this kind of things. So that is the factual text. It is, of course, it has mostly detailed questions. I'm talking about IELTS, by the way. It doesn't write why. Oops. Okay. So first text is factual. The second and third texts can be about theories and opinion. Of course, this theory and opinion texts are more difficult than fact, but mostly one of them will be most difficult. So you will need to spend more time on that one rather than the first one. First one you should finish in a short time. But what about e-TEP? In e-TEP you have uh, five texts. What is the difficulty level? Difficulty level is the first one is easy, second one is also easy. But when you go to three, it is medium, four and five is the hardest one. The last one is the hardest one. At least it was like this in the last trial exam. These texts are easy. Yes, because it serves for understanding the question type, not to test your ability, to test your English level. If you want to test your English level, we have a level test. You can go and do it on our website. But it's mostly about grammar. About e-TEP, maybe we will have some trial exams on our site, but it's not sure yet. If we have, you will know about it. We will promote it. Yes, the future of renewable energy. The level of this text is B2 actually. And the question is, again, why does the author mention renewable energy sources in paragraph 1? I keep in mind that why did he talk about it? So the first word says as. As is what? As is the answer to why. As the world faces increasing environmental challenges, renewable energy sources have become a key focus in the fight against climate change. So this first part is actually your answer. As the world faces increasing environmental challenges. That's why we use renewable energy. So go to the answer choices and place the answer. A, to emphasize the importance of sustainability. Emphasize means to stress it. Did we read about sustainability? Not yet. To criticize current energy policies. We didn't read anything about criticizing. To introduce a new research study. Yeah, Kadir Dirik asked about the correct sequence paragraphs. Yes, coherence. It's called drag the drag the statements into the correct gap. Yeah, we have this one. It is in part 3 and 4 readings. We have it. So, to introduce a new research study. Okay, the answer. So I looked at the questions. Answer is A. Good. Yeah. To emphasize the importance of sustainability. Looks like, sorry, before I said it's not the answer, I'm so sorry. I just answered the question. Yeah, let's see why. To introduce a new research. I didn't read anything about, in the first sentence I'm talking about, I didn't read anything about introduction, introducing something. I didn't read. To emphasize sustainability, can renewable energy be sustainable? Is it sustainable? And do we have this to fight against environmental challenges? Yes. So I need to read a little bit more. As the world faces increasing environmental challenges, renewable energy sources have become a key focus in the fight against climate change. Yes, exactly. And if you continue reading, here you have details. Solar, wind, and hydroelectric power offer sustainable alternatives to fossil fuels. So this solar, wind, and hydroelectric power is renewable energy types, and it offers sustainable alternatives. So that is, yeah, the correct answer. The writer wants to emphasize the importance of sustainability. Good. Sometimes it happens that you find the answer, but you're not 100% sure. You should go back and check it second time to be sure 100%, because each mark gives you a score, of course. Next one, how would you describe the author's tone in the passage? Again, this is not given. It is your own inference. You infer it Inference means it is unstated. They do not talk about it, but you get it from the vocabulary. His attitude. What is his attitude? Despite, first of all, we have despite. So it means that we have two opposite things. Despite these advancements. So advancement part is plus. So it means that they're going to speak about something negative. Despite this advancement, some critics argue that current energy policies do not support renewable energy adoption fast enough. So there is criticism, yeah, because if critics argue, it means that there's criticism about it. And so, but if I look at it, it has two sides. I need to find one more thing. Criticizing, I understood. I have while in the next sentence. Again, while needs two opposite things. While there has been progress, again, plus, many countries still rely heavily on coal and oil. Slowing down, again, negativity. The transition to cleaner energy sources to achieve real change, stronger policies and global cooperation are necessary. So here we have criticism, but here we have progress. So two opposite sides throughout the text. We need to choose something opposite. Please, the answer. Exactly. Exactly. The answer is A. Optimistic but concerned. We can say we saw criticism there, but we didn't see strong one. If it is strong, they should give uh, quite negative words, really, really negative words. So you don't have any negativity, but you don't have any strong negativity. But he's concerned a little bit here. Our current do not support. It is like they are concerned. That is author's tone. Generally, you don't have, I don't believe that you are going to have something really difficult in this case. So, optimistic, concerned, criticism, neutral. Neutral means that the writer um, doesn't give his or her attitude. So you will see this one, or you will see that he is using some general language, not criticism, not happy, not satisfied, fulfilled, not this kind of words. So some general language they will use. Yes, and the next question type in the text was a reference question. This question is very easy, but very important. Why? Because in IELTS as well, students make so many mistakes in finding it. Why? Because they do not just pay attention to this. That's all. Because I know your level is good, but you should pay attention. What does it refer to? Something is said here, and it refers back to something. Sometimes sentences are long. Really, it is really, really difficult to find it. But if you uh, just take some parts of the sentences separately, then you will be able to find it. The main thing is to understand the text, actually, to know all the vocabulary. Again, vocabulary, please learn word up if you have. So the question is, what does them refer to in the passage? And let's see, please, the answers. Very good. Fantastic. it refers back to solar panels. So how to find it? First of all, let's mark it. Sunlight and electricity. No, sorry. Solar panels. Solar panels. So first of all, them is what? Them is a pronoun, and it is objective pronoun, right? It's object. You need to ask yourself, it is singular or plural? Sometimes we don't actually pay attention to, is it singular or plural? So first of all, take into consideration this part. And look at the nouns before. Solar panels, one noun, convert sunlight, noun two, into electricity, noun three. All of them are, this one and this one are objects. Singular, there is one. It cannot be. So it's so easy to find it. Solar panels, it refers back to solar panels. But you could say that if solar panel would be the answer, the sentence could start with solar panel, only singular word. Solar panel converts sunlight into electricity, making them a popular choice. Now ask yourself a question. Can sunlight be a popular choice? Can electricity be a popular choice? It doesn't make sense. This sentence is so strange. That's why solar panels can be popular choice. Yeah, a lot of people use it nowadays. So it can be popular choice. So here, meaning will be helpful. Sometimes grammar, sometimes meaning. But believe me, meaning is more than grammar. Yes. Let's look at the next reference question. And next reference question is demonstrative pronoun this together with a vocabulary shift. This shift. Again, what do we do? Read this one. Mostly some other types of questions depend on this type of references as well. That's why we need to find what does it refer to. The text goes, many countries are increasing their solar and wind power investment to reduce carbon emissions. This shift is essential for achieving long-term sustainability. Even I don't read the whole text. This shift is not higher level vocabulary, so most of you know it, I'm sure. So something changed into something. I will look for what changed. Many countries are increasing change their solar and wind power investment to reduce carbon emission. What can be the answer? Please. It's not difficult, as you said. Okay. Again, this is not difficult. As I said before, this text is not difficult. Now, many countries are increasing what? Solar and wind power investment. The changing thing actually is this one. The investment is increasing, okay, to reduce carbon emissions. Their purpose is to reduce carbon emissions. But to do this, to achieve the goal, reducing carbon emission is their goal. To achieve this goal, what are they changing? They are changing money, how much money they put on it. So that's why the answer is the shift. Which shift? Increased amount of money. More difficult questions? Yes, I will ask you. Now, one of the questions was inference questions. It is the first day of our webinars, actually. So as we progress, we skip to the exam. So first we start easy, then we continue with difficult texts, difficult question types. That's why, yes, of course, we're going to have a look at difficult questions as we progress. So here we have inference question. Inference question is unstated assumption. Again, how do we find it? Based on the vocabulary meaning of the text. Yes, unlike fossil fuels, renewable energy sources such as wind and solar do not deplete over time. However, their efficiency depends on weather conditions, which makes energy storage a crucial factor. As technology advances, scientists are working on new battery solutions to ensure a stable power supply even during low sunlight or wind periods. What can be inferred from the text? A. Renewable energy is currently unreliable and will not be widely used. Unreliable will not be widely used. Very strong sentence, isn't it? Scientists have already solved. Even it's enough to read. Battery technology plays a key role in the future of renewable energy. What is your assumption? What is the answer, please? Okay, let me find the part. Good. The correct answer is C. Very good. Renewable energy is currently unreliable. There is no information about it in the text to say that will not be widely used. We cannot guess it from the text. Or have already solved. No, are still working. They haven't already solved it. Efficiency depends on weather conditions. No. So nowhere, there is no information about it. The difficult question type that you are talking about is this one. And mainly it comes in the section, I think, 3, 4, and yeah, it can be 3, 4, and 5. And let's have a look at this one. Summary questions. In e-TEP, some of these questions are, just a second. Yeah, are in this type. So you have text, some paragraphs. I have 6 paragraphs here. And it says, some parts of the following passage have been removed. Can you see it? I think you can see it. Can you see, please, can you tell me tidal power? Can you see it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So, tidal power, you have 6 paragraphs, and here you have 8 statements. What are these statements? And why I cannot find it? Just a second. Okay, the instruction is this one. This one. Some parts of the following passage have been removed. e-TEP says, ÖSYM says it. It is exactly the same in the e-TEP. At least it was. Some parts of the following passage have been removed. Drag the given statements to the blanks to make a meaningful text. two of the statements will not be used. So they are distractors. So to make a meaningful text, what does it mean? A meaningful text means that the statements that you are going to use at the end of each paragraph, you are going to put it here. At the end of each paragraph. Should be coherent. What does it mean? It means logical. It should talk about something mentioned in the paragraph. The meaning should be suitable. What paragraph talks about, you should continue. It looks like insert question in YDS exam or in TOEFL exam. What about the sentences? Are they main idea of the paragraph or detail? Actually, we said that the first sentence is the main idea, and the last sentence, which is not here, is what? Is the wrap up sentence of the main idea. So we have half of main idea here. We need to find the next half part of the main idea. Sometimes it can also be some detail as well. But again, related to the text, related to your paragraph. So is there any strategy here? Actually, nothing will help you but reading. So you need to read, that's all. And yeah. So which one first? Which will you read first? The questions, the statements, or the text? The text or the questions? As you can see, you have 8 questions. Can you just write in the Q&A, please? Which one will you read first? Questions or the text? Okay. Now, when we have an exam, when we sit an exam, our purpose is to make our job easier, right? And here, text is bigger than the answer choices, right? I think it would be easier to read the sentences than to read the text to match the suitable sentence to the text. It would not be time consuming, but read the text, then come here. Read all 8 sentences will be more time consuming. That's why, as in information matching questions, we read the sentences, statements. We don't have question here. That's why it's a statement. We read the statements, underline keywords, try to remember them, and go to the text. Okay. For this reason, we're talking about reason. Wind turbines are often chosen when easy maintenance access is top priority. So easier maintenance, wind turbines are chosen. I'm not underlining many words in order to remember them. If I underline many words, I will not remember it. It is difficult to keep in mind all those details. Now, it is one of the oldest methods of energy production still in use today. In use today directly goes because we're talking about time. Oldest method is also important. Oldest method still today. As a result, tidal energy is viewed as one of the most dependable renewable energy sources available. Tidal energy, most dependable, available. Keywords. Next one. Its minimal visual impact and lower disruption to marine life make it an appealing solution for sustainable development. Minimal actually is important. Minimal visual impact, disruption, lower disruption to marine life, actually many keywords here, and sustainable development. Appealing is enough. This long-term viability makes tidal power a potentially attractive option for public investment. So public investment can be, and long-term viability is also important. These systems make use of the natural web, it should be web, and flow of water to create a reliable energy cycle. Flow of water to create reliable energy cycle. Consequently, tidal stream generators are typically installed near river mouths. Tidal stream generators near river mouths. Therefore, environmental assessments must be carried out individually to evaluate site-specific risks and benefits. So I have some idea about the text already. Then I go to the text, read it, and find the answer. Again, yeah, how can we remember every question? That's why when you do a test in e-TEP, you have half of your screen is question, half of your screen is the text. But unfortunately, I couldn't do it as if you have the guide, let me show it. This one, no. Just a second, I will show you how you remember that one. Yeah, this is what you're going to see in e-TEP. That's why it's not difficult. So questions are here. Here is your text. So that's why it's not difficult. If you underline them or if you read them first, keep in mind some keywords while you read the text, you will. Okay, song memorable here. Focus on the hook and lyrics. They talked about it. It's much more easier. But unfortunately, I couldn't do that style. I hope I answered your question. Yeah, now how will you be able to remember it? I'm going to send this text, hopefully, to everybody. I think you can get it and do it at home. And next lesson, I will share the answers with you. Together, we will discuss it also. So now, please, your questions. Before questions, let's summarize what we learned today. We had a look at multiple choice questions. I know most of you know this question, but again, in IELTS or TOEFL, TOEFL is much more harder. In IELTS, mostly, what we do, we read the first and last line sentences of each paragraph to get the main idea. If possible for you, if it is on a paper, before it was, we used to have all the exams on a paper. So what you can do, you can just take note here. This paragraph is about this one. It is skim reading, first and last sentence. Or even you can underline just the word. As with any major infrastructure project, tidal power. So infrastructure project, tidal power, particularly in the form of barrage. So barrage, this significant environmental and social consequences. So if you underline these words, when you come back, you will see it every time and it will become easier for you. That's why first and last sentence, don't forget, please. Then we had a look at this question. This is actually the last sentence of each paragraph taken out. Now you are going to put it back in order to make your paragraphs finished. Actually, you are not doing extra thing. You are just putting back what is taken out. That's all. It's not summary. We will have summary questions as well, but it's not summary. Okay, I am not sure about email, but let me try to share it here. Hopefully I can do it. It's going to be your homework. And now, please, any questions? Actually, when you have it's not possible, I think. I'm so sorry, it's not possible to share it now, but I will ask my workplace to help me send it to you. Unfortunately, I cannot do it now. Okay, questions, please. Okay, speaking. For speaking, in the next sessions, we are going to have videos, and I will show you how to arrange your speaking. But unfortunately, speaking to you, there are many people. I cannot talk to everybody. So that's why if I give some people to talk, it will be not, appropriate for others. So that's why actually it is difficult here to practice your speaking. But I will show you how to speak. I mean, I will show you some useful expressions, how to organize your speech, what to say first, what to say second, etc. And mostly, yeah, okay. Unfortunately, I don't have chat box here. Yeah. Oh, yes, please. Just a second. Let me read the questions. I can't see the chat section. Is that because I'm using? I cannot see it either. I can almost see Q&A. Maybe the structure of this webinar is like this. About speaking, we're going to have separate lesson. So that's why please come back. Come back that lesson, and we will have that in our speaking lesson. The second writing is essay, and it is independent essay, opinion essay. At least last time it was like this. So hi Bashar Okan, did you want to say something? Maybe you wanted to show how to share the file.
Sorry, but I couldn't.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, unfortunately. Yeah, no problem. I will ask my workplace to help me give it to you. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yes, please. Any other questions? Let me see the question part. Yes, writing task 2. I am going to explain you what is the structure and how you can write it. And for example, what linking words, you must use some linking words to make your writing better. Of course, we cannot improve our grammar in one lesson. It's not possible. but still you can get the structure. Structure is also very important. It brings you some score. Then I will share some linking words, where to use them, how to use them. Okay, Canva Telegram. Yeah, thank you for mentioning. Again, I will share it tomorrow. Yeah. First, writing. Again, you are going to read a blog. Somebody says something, actually comments about a, blog writing and message. Like, for example, last time it was about English Prime Minister wrote about giving food at schools. So, and one blogger commented on it. So, and you are going to comment as the person, but you can choose different position. Your attitude can be different. You can support her, you can disagree with her, etc. Reading part hasn't finished yet, guys. There are many things. Mostly we had a look at the question types, but using them on texts are more important. That's why I said I will share it with you, but next time we will discuss that text because it is very important what to pay attention to. Mostly pay attention to when you drag the statements which have been taken before. You are going to pay attention to meaning first. Second, can be, but it's not always, can be helpful linking words. For example, moreover, furthermore. But in this text, it is not the case. That's why I didn't emphasize it. Yeah, and yes, I think that's all. Mm. Okay, let me explain it during writing because I'm not sure what you mean by saying antithesis, hypothesis. Some of my students wrote like Turkish style essay. I think you are mentioning this one. Again, during writing lesson, I will explain it. Thank you for coming. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. Yeah, bye for now.